I'm trying to get away, and he's running at the car like he's gonna get thumped. And he runs and he jumps and he lands on the car. And like that moment where he jumps and lands on the car, I remember like Susan just screaming. And he slides across the hood, and I think, okay, well, hopefully, you know, hopefully we'll get away. And then I realized we're not going to get away. He's hanging onto the car, and I'm driving for it, and he's still on the car, and he's trying to get in, and I'm losing control of the car. And so then we stopped, and he's still there. And I tried to push him off, and he pushed me, and I pushed him, and then better go forward again, because he seemed to be getting in the car better when the car was stopped. So I drove forward again, and I'm hanging out of the wheel, and I guess he's got the wheel, and we saw from the videos he's got the back, but I didn't know that. I had a hard time driving, and I had this tunnel vision, literally experience where I was in a tunnel and it closed, and there's a light at the end of it, and the sidewalks were bare. There's nobody on the sidewalks. There was no cars on the road. There was no people on the sidewalks, and there was just a tunnel. And I said afterwards to my lawyer, "God, this is so weird. There'd be no people there in Bloor Street." She said, "Well, there's many people there, and they were all witnesses, and there were many cars there, and you almost hit one. And I didn't see any of it, and it was just a tunnel. And I guess it's." Anyways, and then he was gone, and the tunnel was gone, and he was gone, and I didn't hear anything. He was just gone, and but my feeling was to still get away from him. I didn't want to. I wasn't going to stop the car right there. I just assumed he'd keep coming. And so when I pulled over and called 911, it was to like, police need to come and protect us. And that's why I pulled into the Hyatt, because I thought, well, I'll go to a safe place and they can protect us from him. And then during the 911 call, she said something about an ambulance being present. And then on the tape, there's this pause, like silence for me, and then, is he okay? I mean, it's the first time it occurred to me that he wasn't still coming after me, that he wasn't still coming after the car, Susan, me, whatever, that he was hurt. And then the police arrived, and again I sort of felt relief, like, okay, now things will figure everything out, and at least we'll be safe. And then I said, Susan, why don't you go home, relieve Sarah. I remember saying I'll be there. I'll probably be there in half an hour. I'll make a statement, and then I'll go back up. And next thing you know, I'm being cuffed in the back of the car. And from there on in, it just was. I mean, it was just it was just quite unreal, and it was so unreal that I remember consciously thinking, okay, I'm not sure if this is a dream or not, and so I'm just not gonna panic, because this can't be real. I'm just gonna suspend. I remember thinking, I'm gonna suspend reason. I'm gonna suspend judgment. I'm just not gonna sort of accept that this is happening. And I didn't know. I had no idea how that he suffered a mortal wound. I had no idea. And then hours later, when I was told that, that's really when everything